Good evening, San Diego, and welcome back. The city of Vista is facing a shelter bed shortage after a COVID-19 outbreak at one of their shelters. Now, Mayor John Franklin calling an emergency meeting tonight in North County to discuss solutions. KUSI's Rafer Weigel's live from Vista City Hall with the latest. Good evening, Rafer. What are they saying?
Yeah, good evening, Teresa. Yeah, they are calling the emergency meeting tonight. There is an issue with shelter beds. They are being turned away, some of the homeless people with places that they have contracts with. He's with me right now, Vista Mayor John Franklin. Mayor Franklin, first of all, thank you for joining us. So tell us the issue that you're having right now in terms of being able to shelter the homeless.
So I received notification on Friday of last week that right now our two shelter facilities, Interfaith and Haven House in Escondido, and La Posada, run by Catholic Charities in Carlsbad. La Posada has a COVID outbreak. Interfaith has had some staffing difficulties, and they're moving to a different facility that's on the same campus. And so we were told on Friday that we have no availability for shelter beds. The bigger problem that we're facing right now is the fact that of the last 87 referrals to the shelters over the last 6-month period, we had 50 declines. And the information that I received back was 3 words: bed not available. And I've had multiple conversations with Interfaith's leader today, and I've let them know that, we're going to have to get more information about why beds are not available. We need daily reporting on bed availability, and we need to make sure, because we've spent about $1.1 million per year in the outreach team, the homelessness outreach team. We have about a dozen people that are on the streets of Vista that are asking people to go to the shelter beds. They've had sometimes 20 separate conversations with each of these individuals, working to build the rapport and the trust. And on the day that someone is ready to go to the shelter, that's a major victory for us. And we've got a $200,000 contract to provide the beds. So we're spending 5 times as much money getting people to say yes to the beds. Right now, it's about a 6% yes rate. So when somebody finally says yes to a shelter bed, that bed has got to be available, and we've got to have a place to put somebody.
I talked to Interfaith, and they said that they lost their funding from the city of Escondido, and they simply don't have enough money. At least that was what I got paraphrasing. I will be talking to them more formally at 5:15. But is that something that they expressed to you?
It absolutely is. They lost a significant source of funding from Escondido. We're currently working to make sure that, because our contract right now is $200,000 for prioritization of 10 beds. And I think what we're going to do, I've had discussions today and we're in the negotiation phase, but what we're going to move to, it's more accountable to the taxpayers, and I think it's going to be better for the city of Vista. We're discussing moving to a per diem reimbursement rate, and that means that when someone from the city of Vista arrives, there's going to be an economic incentive to make sure that there's a place to put that person. And that also is going to solve an important problem, which is we don't want Interfaith, by prioritizing a bed or La Posada, to hold a bed open. We want every bed to be filled and not a bed reserved for somebody coming from Vista. So what we want to do is provide them a mechanism to be paid, for taxpayers to pay only for what they're receiving, and to make sure that we're strongly incentivizing our referrals to be accepted into those shelters.
All right, it'll be interesting to see what happens to the meetings tonight at 6 o'clock, right?
That's right. Emergency portion of the meeting is at 8 p.m. And I want you viewers to know that we're also working on a new and innovative non-congregate shelter facility, but it's going to take us a couple of years to bring it online. So we're working to bring the resources that are necessary to solve the homelessness problem. And we've made great advances in the city of Vista, and we're not going to stop until we continue to make an even greater reduction.
Mayor John Franklin, we appreciate you coming out and talking to us. Thank you very much, sir.
Appreciate it.
All right. Teresa, let's send it back to you in the studio.